Okay, we're recording. It is Tuesday, December 1, 2020, and the time, according to the phone, is 9:45 p.m., as you can tell. So we're here to show the posting on the Warren Mass Neighborhood Watch page, which is a Facebook page. And we're just doing this particular post here, which was initiated and started by Ellen Garapi on November 21, 2020 at 12:58 a.m. in the morning. And so this is the very first post for this particular thing. There's been other stuff about Junkyard and BHT hearings, but we're just focusing on this one, which, as you can see right here, has 261 comments to it. So anyhow, here we go again, BHT Junkyard meeting, Monday Zoom meeting. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scroll through this. What you'll need to do is if you want to read a particular post, you'll need to pause the YouTube video to read it, because I'm not going to scroll because it would take me almost an hour to film this whole thing. So what I will do is just scroll slowly. Okay, so this is the first, oops, move my cursor out of the way, post there. All right, Stephanie Bailey Hebert is the first one. Next is Roger Beaupre. Then Rachel Kennan. Roger Beaupre again. Next poster, Maureen Elise, E-L-I-S-E. Roger Beaupre. Next is Steve Crystal. It does not belong in a residential or rural area, period. Kurt Snow. Chris Gonsdor. Okay, okay, then we have the replies in between. Okay, so they're unhidden. So Rachel Kennan again, Chris Gosder, Rachel again, Chris. Okay, then we have Maureen Elise. See more, okay. So this is about a new BHT hearing for a junkyard slash auto storage facility auction place. The applicant is BHT. I don't have the full name in front of me, but BHT in Florida, and a gentleman named Plante-Fijol, who was a Warren resident, now a resident of Munson, is the local manager, per se, that is named on the application to speak about it. And this is a facility that's being proposed on a property for sale on Brimfield Road in Warren. Okay, keep going. Let's see. Okay, then we have Patrick Beasley, Richard Demetrius, okay, then Kurt Snow. Okay, then we have Derek Valise. He is actually the planning board chairperson and also the owner and administrator of this Facebook page, which is private, called Warren, M.A. for Massachusetts Neighborhood Watch. Not a town-owned Facebook page. It's privately owned and privately run. He posted, it looks like a meeting agenda right there, which I'm not sure when that was. Doesn't say when it was posted. Looks like it just says 1 week ago. I'm waiting to find the date for some reason. It's not showing the date. Okay. All right. Okay. Derek Valise. Derek again, Joe, Derek, Michelle Moore, and I'm confused. Richard Demetrius, again, it isn't a junkyard. People should take time to do their homework. Ellen Garapi, it is a junkyard. The BHT property is a junkyard. Maybe you should do your homework. So there's people on this posting that are against the BHT project and some people that might be for it, or at least willing to listen to what the BHT project is about. Let's see. All right, so here's a post by John Fijol himself. Lives in Munson, Mass, which I already know that. Oh my God, Ellen Garapi, you know everything. That's not what's happening here, but as always, you are running your mouth about the things you know nothing about. Best of luck to you, I gotta say. It's going to be hard on that high pedestal seat in which you sit. Okay. Okay, then John Fijol posted again. It's allowed, section 3.24.4, with the issuance of a special permit and site plan. Do your homework, Ellen. Ellen back to John. Now this is her. Wow, John, maybe you should call Michael again. That's referring to Michael Garapi, which is Ellen's husband. Okay, and then John Fijol posts. I'm not sure why this isn't showing a date and time, but it says one. Oh, here we go. So John Fijol posted this particular item November 22nd at 7:27 p.m. To Ellen Garapi. He's still letting you spew this from your mouth, really? If you actually took the time to do some investigative research instead of thinking you know everything, this conversation would be worth entertaining with some knowledge. But right now, it's just entertaining. Okay, and then Ellen just replied back, John Fijol, but said nothing. And then, okay, then Ellen, replied back, letting me, what year do you live in? Okay. John replies back to Ellen, actually, the question marks go to inside the quotations. So he's just being sarcastic and rude to Ms. Ellen Garapi. Ellen says, haha, good one. Okay, then Ellen posted a New Jersey Herald article, which I've already read, and that was posted November 23 at 5:21 p.m., which I actually read that. It's in Andover Township, New Jersey, where BHT is also trying to put in a facility just like they're doing in Warren for Copart. And BHT is actually a vendor for Copart. They're, I guess, the property management company that finds locations and does the permitting and all that stuff. And then Copart becomes allegedly the eventual owner, I guess. Let's see. Patrick Beasley, didn't Copart get approved already for 60 acres? Okay, Roger Beaupre. Let's see. Okay, the one I'm discussing is the junkyard on Brimfield Road. It is a junkyard, not a vehicle transfer station or auction site. It states junkyard right up the hill from Cummings Pond, the town public water supply. And Ellen posted that on November 21 at 11:05 a.m. Okay, Roger Beaupre, Ellen Garapi. The BHT project is before the trailer park on Route 19. It's a proposed new junkyard project. This is the one I'm addressing. Coparts is the purchaser behind the proposed junkyard. John Fijol to Ellen Garapi has a little, I don't know what it is, a little emoji. I don't know what that means. A little emoji for something like stinky poo or something like that. I don't know. And of course, some people liked it. No, whatever. Okay, so then we have Chris Durgo. Yeah, and now all of us on Reed Street can't drink from our wells. Okay, Richard Demetrius, that isn't from the junkyard. That's all the buried barrels of waste. Again, do your homework. Chris Durbo to Rich Demetrius. Okay, might want to check with state DEP. He was a former junkyard. Okay. Richard to Chris Durgo. Okay, well, the former owner didn't go to jail for having a junkyard. Okay, Roger Beaupre to Demetrius. Yes, he did go to jail, and that place has long been since cleaned up. Okay. Richard Demetrius to Roger Beaupre. Yeah, and unfortunate for him as well as the big corpse took advantage of him. People buried shit all the time back then. Let's see. Kurt Snow to Chris Durgo. Call me sometime. I worked for Ray at that yard. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Ellen Garraby posted to get John Fijol's attention about this New Jersey Herald thing. That was posted November 23 at 5:22 p.m. Okay, Laurel T. Shaw Leslie. Okay, there's already enough junkyards in Warren. Oh, Carrie Plante-Fijol. This is interesting. I didn't see this before. So Carrie Plante-Fijol is John Fijol's current wife. Look up the environmental issues in Warren. The school has a higher rate of contamination than the class 2 and 3 license holders in town. Okay, and then she says back, big difference between a school and a junkyard. Let's see. Carrie Plante-Fijol. Contamination records speak for themselves. The school has contaminated more than any of the current license holders combined. Okay, Carrie Plante-Fijol posted something saying it's all in public record. Seems the truth is hard on this feed. Look it up. And I don't know what these must be, some DEP records or something. I don't know. Maybe they're just DEP permits. I keep moving on because I still got a lot to go through. Does anyone know how much Coparts donates to local organization or town departments? Okay. Roger Beaupre to Ron Jones. This is interesting. Copart bought that speed limit sign for the police department. That was a few grand. They just didn't publish that small fact. There's plenty that goes around in this town by people that support our town. We just don't brag about it. So interesting. So Copart buys the police department a speed limit sign. Whoopee. So those are just buying off the police department, I guess, allegedly. Let's see. John Fijol. Just for starters, I know that Copart donates use of the house located at 600 Old West Warren Road to the area fire departments. They do trainings there all the time. They donate to the schools, police, and fire departments, and I've heard them make donations to town projects such as Lucy Stone Park. John Fijol posted that on November 21, 7:48 p.m. Rob Van Pelt. That's pretty funny. Candace Blackwood. Okay, next is Steve Crystal. Next is Richard Demetrius. Look at our bylaws. There's lots of things allowed in rural and residentials with a special permit. Let's see. Steve Crystal, at least the beavers are back. Okay. John Fijol to Steve Crystal. Okay. Until the zoning changes, it is allowed with a special permit. Why doesn't someone address the root of the problem instead of shutting down businesses that want to come to town? Because it's allowed. Change the zoning laws in town instead of bitching about things that are in fact allowed. Okay, and John Fijol posted that on November 21, 7:52 p.m. Okay, Steve Crystal, I respect your opinion. Patty Gangors, come on, you're the mayor of Warren, telling Steve Crystal that. John Fijol, so true, John. People complain and do nothing. Candace Blackwood, okay. I disagree that we complain and do nothing, but we are not protesting the developing, going to meetings. We're also discussing learning on this forum. And it does, like, people want new business, but it's not destructive to our wells and water supply, okay. Rob Van Pelt, why is it just not call it an antique shop? Apparently why it costs antique, all right, not sure what that means. Tori Kimball, okay. Sullivan Reardon, okay, I worked for that company for 10 years. The employees go through extensive training. There's regulations for hazmat spills. So Maureen Sullivan Reardon worked for them? Because it looks like she's got her last name first and then first name last, or later, okay. Time to do research, you'd be amazed, all right. Let's see, on the last post, someone stated they put FM 186 on every spill that occurs. I don't know what that is. All right, move on. This does not need to be by the town's water supply. Let's see, her posts are not there anything more. Oh, she has been removed from the group, I think. I'm not sure who they're talking about. Oh, and then it looks like Joe Fijol chimed in, which is John's son. And where is the property? Oh, Ellen Garraby. Oh, all right. I don't know what that's about. I guess somebody's just repeating what was already said or something. Okay. Tori Kimball again. I've been training. Nobody is mixing chemicals together. Okay. Lettering. Someone said that they were doing that up at Coparts. I don't know what to tell you. It has nothing to do with my training. It has to do with my water supply. Okay, and then auction versus junkyard. This is the public hearing notice. I won't click it because it'll probably change my view, so I'll just scroll past that. And this is a public hearing notice that was sent. So this was on November 22nd, 8:17 p.m. Okay, Tori Kimball again. Rachel again. Okay, Ellen Garraby. That's all well and good for auto auction. How about the junkyards? Look at Woburn. They can't drink their water. Their junkyard contaminated the groundwater. Okay, fully agree. Who is responsible to clean up the mess after they build and it takes 20 years to pollute it? Okay, let's see. They are just seeing the dollar signs make the money and run. Yeah, great tax money, but no clean water seems legit. Okay, Ellen, this is about money for some of you. Good for you. You'll make a few bucks and go on your merry way, either out of the town or back to safe well water. This will jeopardize a lot of people's water wells and property values, including the town water supply. I didn't buy property near a junkyard or an auto auction, nor that I intend to. This is coming in after the fact. You want it so bad, offer it in your backyard. Okay, let's see. Rob Van Pelt. What are you even talking about? View 33 more replies. Okay. Tori Kimball. Okay. Rob Van Pelt again. Let's see. I gotta click this. See more. Okay. How many examples would you like? There are lots of communities with pollution and junkyards. Alan Warren has Reed Street as an already example. Your property has a well. What if your well had to be ability to be affected by pollutants? Wouldn't you stand idly by? Let's see. All right. Let's see. Then Ellen posted something again. Rob Van Pelt posted something again. Okay, then Alan, Richard, okay, Tori Kimball, okay, water. I was concerned about the water supply. Good for you. Who are you? Attack me all you want. Not attacking, just correcting a thread gone array with misinformation, false fears, utter motivations. Not unlike the threat of solar, but it's clearly okay to pollute with chemicals, with the very chemicals you're foretelling the Copart would somehow deposit in your yard. Pick a lane, it's called responsibility. Do you think Copart would jeopardize your blah, blah, blah? Okay, so this particular post by Rob was posted on November 23 at 12:35 p.m. Okay, let's see. on here. All right. Next is Chris Durgo. Do you think a corporate this size are right? All right. Okay, back to Ellen again. So Ellen, so there's a bunch of people that continually post, about their personal opinions about this, which is certainly what the website is for, about personal opinions and right to free speech and say what you feel. Let's see, Ellen again, Rob Van Pelt. Largest culprits of water contamination, anyone? All right. Okay, Ellen says this is, okay, at November 23rd at 4:14 p.m. Nice mouth, and I haven't attacked your character, grammar, or person at all. The hoops we had to jump through just to build our house was ridiculous because we were upstream from the town watershed. What's good for the goose? Let's see, Robin Pelt, okay. Step down from your phony soapbox. So yeah, there is mudslinging going back and forth in here, but there's no direct threats of anyone's life or safety of anything. Okay, Ellen Garraby again. Ellen again. Rob Van Pelt. Okay. Ellen again. Ellen again. Rob Van Pelt. Let's see, Ellen. Okay, Ellen again. Rob Van Pelt. Okay, take back the road and just call me a goat. Okay. Ellen again. All right, John Fijol posted to Ellen Garraby. When did this become a taxpayer issue, Ellen? Simple Civics 101. And John posted that on November 23 at 6:59 p.m. Okay, Ellen said parrot. Okay, Ann Benville. Yes, this would jeopardize multi-international large companies. Okay, Ann Benville. Warren is a farming community. Kim Snow. If it were in our backyard, pay the taxes on it. They're very clean, hidden establishment. Ellen Garraby. Kim Snow. You don't even live in Warren. Okay, then we have John Fijol posting this November 23, 7:04 p.m. to Ellen. Kim Snow does in fact live in Warren. You should know that. She's been a Warren resident for over 20 years. Just saying. And even if she didn't, maybe there's a reason she's chiming in. You couldn't possibly know that, though. Okay, then Leona Roble to John Fijol. How about looking on Crouch Road for a junkyard? Tori Kimball, I've been drinking the water here for 30 years. I intend to keep it that way. No junkyard on Route 19. Kim Snow, good thing Copart is not a junkyard. Ellen Garraby, the junkyard it's proposing is on Route 19. Are we discussing the same project? Okay. I'm not sure. You're against everything coming to town. Not sure, I guess. Kim, and you keep calling Copart a junkyard. Ellen, no, the junkyard project is going on Route 19. And Benville, Kim Snow, Copart is what they propose for Brimford Road is a junkyard. And then Tori Kimball posts a public hearing notice that they got that says it's a junkyard automobile graveyard is exactly what the town permit says, or the town letter that was sent. And then John Fijol says to Ann Banville, which is actually a selectman's wife, Copart is proposing this, question mark? Not to be rude, Ann, but Copart is not proposing anything on Brimford Road. Someone has their facts wrong. And John posted this to Ann Banville, this comment at November 23 at 8:59 a.m. Carrie Plante-Fijol, which is John's wife, replies back to John. There's no facts on this feed. John Fijol replies back to his wife, I'm beginning to realize this. Because if you go to here, right here, it says Carrie Plante-Fijol, there's John Fijol right there. If you go to John Fijol's thing, there's Carrie Fijol right there. So that proves it's husband and wife. Ellen Garraby, so whose is it, or is it a secret? And then Ellen Garraby posts this, the New Jersey Herald, which that article does say BHT and Copart, because I actually printed it out and read it. So Kim says to Aaron, it says Copart is an auto storage, not a junkyard. Ellen Garraby to Kim Snow, that's the one in New Jersey. Kim Snow to Ellen, that's what the corporation is, brings jobs and businesses to small, following rules and regulations. Ann Benville to John Fijol. So the planning board is deceiving the town. Is that what you were suggesting? And Ann Benville posted that November 23, 6:35 p.m. How many people from Warren do they employ now? John Fijol to Aaron, I can assure you it's not Copart. John posted that November 23, 7:05 p.m. Then John Fijol posted back to Ann Benville, maybe you were misinformed or maybe you were not paying attention. I don't know the answer to that. And that's 7:06 p.m. on the 23rd. So then Ellen posts this New Jersey Herald again. Ellen Garraby says, Tori Kimball, regardless what the company is, it's a junkyard. Kim Snow, I'll be living in close quarters with it. You clearly don't understand how groundwater and contamination work. I understand the Copart goes beyond to keep things clean. All right, and then next after that, Tori Kimball to Kim Snow. Someone admitted in the last post about putting a chemical in every spill. All right, Kim Snow to Tori. Okay, Tori Kimball. Okay. Kim Snow, it's a auto auction / junkyard, meaning short storage for auction, not salvage, repo, theft, etc. China is not making car parts for the time being. I'm pretty sure a part will break on yours. It's nice to have an option. Rules and regulations apply. Copart are very well kept. Okay. Ellen Garraby to Kim Snow, it states it's a junkyard graveyard on the paperwork. That's right, and it says on the permit, junkyard / auto graveyard. John Fijol posted back to Ellen, November 23, 7:09 p.m. Ellen, that is how the town worded their application for a Class 111 license, that's all. So obviously John's acknowledging that he's involved in this upcoming project by his own public admission. Let's see, Kim Snow, Tori Kimball. Copart has nothing to do with the water supply. They do not contaminate it. All right, Tori Kimball again. Oh, where the water supply is right there, and there's the proposed junkyard that John Fijol's the representative on the application. Let's see, John Fijol, no they're not, that trust me what I'm telling you. He posted that November 23, 7:10 p.m. Nikki Duvall, I live very close to Copart now. When I had my well water tested, I was buying my house. The levels were amazing, but they couldn't get any better now that there's a junkyard and some people fill cups. All right, I'm going to read the whole thing. Okay, the paper is hard to read, meeting ID, etc., etc. Tori Kimball, yes, it's a junkyard. It's not a scare tactic. It's 100 acres with cars sitting there. Leaks will happen. Eventually, it could contaminate the water supply. That's what somebody posted. All right, and then Rob Van Pelt. Okay. Let's see, do this. Okay, readers are readers. Okay. Okay, Tori Kimball again. Okay, Tori Kimball again. Tori Kimball again. Okay, Tori Kimball, Rob Van Pelt, okay. Okay, try and fast forward here. Okay, Ellen Garraby to Tori. Let's see, Ellen to Tori, BHT is the shell company for Coparts. They'll have the auction in one end and junk on the other, all right. Let's see. Okay, Tori Kimball, Rob Van Pelt, John Fijol. Okay, Leona Roble, it's a watershed, and my town water comes from wells at Cummings Pond. Let's see. Gene Howard, for me, my address in this proposed junkyard auto salvage, whatever, does not belong in my backyard, nor they do belong on the emergency way out of the community or driving in over our infrastructure. And they eventually destroy the land and water supply, not to mention affecting a homeowner try to sell the property. Ann Benville, the selectman's wife, says look at Reed Street, which there is contamination issues there. Nothing related to this discussion. Rob Van Pelt, this is going to be a disaster. Okay, Tori Kimball. Okay, Robert Van Pelt. Okay, Gene Howard. All right. Okay. All right. Then let's see. Okay. Rob Van Pelt replying back. Gene Howard replying back to him. Lion of the Junkyard. Yes, they've had fires at the previous Coparts. Rob Van Pelt. Gene Howard. Oh, Gene Howard, interesting. Which ones would those be? The hidden ones or the public ones? Meaning, I guess, some vehicle fires or car fires at the current Coparts in town of Warren. Oh, let's find the underground ones. That's funny. Okay, Gene Howard. Okay, Rob Van Pelt. Gene Howard again. Rob Van Pelt. Okay, Gene Howard. Rob Van Pelt. Okay. Rob Van Pelt. Ann Banville, who's getting the finder's fee? That's funny. That was posted the November 23rd, 7:37 p.m. And I think the last time I read was 7:20 p.m. So there's a lot of posts, as you can see, every couple minutes are showing up. All right. Oh, guess who? Ellen Garrity says, probably referring to one of the staff or somebody, or one of the applicants. Let's see. Elaborate on what finder's fee for the land? Yeah. Yes. Okay. Okay, Rob Van Pelt, Ellen Garrity, for the hell of it. Okay, this is the satellite view, etc., etc. I'm going to keep going on because I think I'm a little over halfway through here. Okay, Rob Van Pelt again. Okay, Ellen Garrity. Yes, that's where I live. Is it a secret? Okay. Okay, Ellen. Okay, then Ellen, then Ellen, then Ellen. Okay, Rob Van Pelt, Ellen Garrity. Attack me more. I use a thesaurus. And the sales tax doesn't go to the town. Okay. Rob Van Pelt, sales tax. Okay. So I said I'm not going to read every post. I'm just kind of saying a thing here or two. All right. Who cares? This would be a multi-hour long video if I was reading it word for word. Okay, Ellen, if you do your homework. Rob Van Pelt, my facts. Okay, Ellen Garrity, okay. Rob Van Pelt. Okay, back to Tori Kimball. Rob Van Pelt. Let's see. Oh, okay. Now we come to the section that I wanted to talk about. Okay. So this post here this is November 23 at 8:08 p.m. is this Rob Van Pelt comment. Okay. Then Michael Burrill, posted the actual Warren Planning Board video, which is a YouTube link right here. And it's Warren Planning Board 11/23/2020 Junkyard projects, Brimfield Road and Old West Warren Road, which is where Junkyard's old property is. So that's the link to the YouTube video. That was posted on, let's see, that was posted November 24 at 12:15 p.m. So you can see there's thank you and hugs. Gene Howard, Michael Burrill, thank you. Okay, Ellen Garby to Michael Burrill, thank you for sharing. Okay, and then this is a post by myself, Michael Burrill. Folks, the hidden truth. So I will actually read this whole thing in case this this Facebook page ever gets erased or somebody tampers with the postings. So let me go back. Let me go down here for a second. So this was posted on November 24 at 3:28 p.m. So again, November 24, 3:28 p.m. is when I posted this single post here. So as you saw, there's already people being rude to each other, but there's no threats, no nothing. So in other words, this is just a private, whatever the right word is, private right to free speech conversation back and forth. So here's what I posted. Folks, the hidden truth. Number one, on 9/18/17, Plante-Fijol gravel pit contamination, Brimfield Road, 9/18/17 at 2 p.m. And it says previous planning board members don't care video. So if you click this link, this actually goes to the Plante-Fijol gravel pit, which is Plante-Fijol is Junkyard's mother, biological mother, and she owns a gravel pit on Brimfield Road, which is unrelated to the current BHT group that Plante-Fijol's doing the current permit on. So that's a link to a public Warren Planning Board public meeting on 9/18/17. Now, this one actually, the first one actually is me talking to the planning board, telling them that there's contamination on the Plante-Fijol property, which is not what's being discussed here. Because this thing is about the new BHT Plante-Fijol proposal. So number two, 9/18/17, Plante-Fijol assaulted Mike Burrill, which is me, during the Warren Planning Board public meeting on 9/18/17 at 4:50 p.m. The planning board covered up the property contaminations in the town records, which is all true and correct. This YouTube link actually goes to the actual cell phone footage of me, of Plante-Fijol assaulting and battering me, or allegedly, he definitely assaulted me, but the question about the battery, but just to say, the assault from Plante-Fijol onto Mike Burrill, that's this link here, to that specific cell phone video footage, which, I'll go on. Okay, number three, 9/21/17, Mr. Burrill, me, publicly informed the Board of Health of the property contamination on 9/21/2017. The town confirmed me via email that the property has contamination due to junk cars, which is in the next parcel over from the town's water supply. Edit important, Plante-Fijol presentation starts at timestamp 10340, so fast forward to this timestamp. That is this link here is a Board of Health YouTube video, which is a town public meeting. So right now, every meeting that's listed there on YouTube is a Warren public meeting and not a personal YouTube video to attack anybody. So these are all town public meetings. And then, so I was invited by the Warren Board of Health to speak about the contamination and show the pictures, which I did. So that's when the Board of Health meeting date was, 9/21/17. 12/5/2017, Mr. Burrill publicly informed the West Warren Water District of the Plante-Fijol gravel pit contamination issue and turned the evidence over to their board. And this YouTube link is the West Warren Water District public meeting, which is a government entity, as is the others are government meetings, on 12/5/2017, and they heard my Warren complaint of the contamination of the Plante-Fijol which is John Fijol's mother's gravel pit that's deeded under her name personally. Next item says another contamination moment. This is actually a YouTube video that was given to me or shared to me by the town that is actually a private citizen shooting a firearm in the Lois Fijol gravel pit of the shell casing, shooting up cars and shooting up of the junk cars that were in there. It allegedly helped continue contaminating the soil inside the Lois Fijol property. And so that's it, why it says, here is the hidden truth of the soil contamination properties, which the town helped cover up, which is true, because the police department was shooting in there as well, contaminating the property, and it was the Board of Health that provided me the emails that showed that there was contamination to the ground soil. Now, that doesn't mean, just to clarify, it doesn't mean that the town's well water and the property next door is contaminated. It just meant that the soil inside that Lois Fijol property was contaminated, and it is in town record that it is. A lot of you don't know these past instances because they are not publicly known. Public meetings don't lie. So again, everything except this video, these are all Warren public meetings that are town meetings and right to videotape. So there's no slander, there's no threats, they're just filming of public meetings, except obviously the John Fijol assaulting me one. Moving on right here, I then posted, now this item is November 24 at 3:42 p.m. So I say, now this is a image that I got from the town Board of Health email that says town evidence photo of motor vehicle fluid that leaked into the soil. The picture is one of many town that they emailed me allegedly proving the Fijol Family Trust in Warren town employees, which is true and correct. Because on the deed it says Lois Fijol DBA, or it says co-owner is Fijol Family Trust, and then Warren police were shooting in there on and off official duty with shell casings going on the ground, which was also determined that there were shell casings in lead into the shooting backstop. That was listed, but is not listed as a contaminant. The only contaminant per se was this, but there was evidence of shell casings and lead bullets into the dirt backstop. They took some samples with them, but did not go extensively to take soil tests to find out if there was any lead contamination, in simple words. And then knowingly contaminated the property next to the public water supply, which is true. Because the Lois Fijol property is actually in the federal and state watershed protection district, and the town water supply is next door. So that's all true statements. Photo evidence pics are from the Board of Health inspector who took the pictures and inspected it after my September 21st, 2017 Board of Health complaint video above, which is true. They sent an inspector out to go onto the property, which went out there. I don't know whether it had the family Fijol's permission or not, or whether the town just went out there to inspect, but these were some of the photos, and this is just one of the several photos that I was emailed. Ann Banville, do you know who owns the property? That was at November 24 at 4:01 p.m. Okay, so I replied back, I think, at 4:12 p.m., referring to, I think she's talking about the other property. No, actually I'm referring to this property about the contamination. So this is what the deed says. The state deed, or the public deed in the registry of deeds, Worcester, says Lois M. Fijol, DBA Fijol Family Trust. In the mailing address on the deed and in the town's assessor's records, the mailing address is to John Fijol, which is now Copart owns that address, 600 Old West Warren Road, West Warren 01092. That is the address off the deed and the address off the town's assessor's records. Lois's mailing address is 56 Vine Road in Charlton 01507. That was found by just going to the town of Charlton assessor's records and searching property owned by Fijol, and property came up as 56 Vine Road as Lois Fijol and the family trust owning that piece of property, and it showed the mailing address of that one going to 56 Vine Road, the actual street address as well. And then, which is true, is that Lois Fijol has not lived in Warren, and she's been living in Charlton the past several years. So everything so far is true and correct, and no slander, no nothing. So Lois M. Fijol is the actual property owner, which is true because the deed actually has the owner number 1 as Lois M. Fijol of the gravel pit, not Mr. John Fijol, per the assessor's records and the property deed on file. So John Fijol is only the son of the mother who physically owns the property. Brimfield Road, property map 30, lot 4. It has no assigned street number. Property gate entrance is between number 223 and 321 Brimfield Road. To further answer your question, the DEP office was told of the contamination, but a town employee told the DEP the town was, quote, taking care of it, so the DEP was never sent out to investigate or to further or research further, and the complaint was closed out. That is true and correct, because I have the emails and the correspondence from DEP, as well as I'm the one that made the phone calls back and forth, as well as other people did for Warren too. Okay, so then Ellen Garraby to Ann Vinville. This one is the Fijol's property on Brimfield Road. The point being made is if there is any contamination, the town isn't going to care anyway, as long as there is money to be had. And Ann Benville, who's the selectman's wife, she posted this at 11:24 at 4:14 p.m. So Ann Benville, to me, so Fijol owns the land they are attempting to buy. Now I realize that she's asking about the current BHT project and not the one I was just talking about of the contamination. She says, I know years ago there was a modular there at the entrance built by Fijol as a model. Okay, I replied back to Ellen, I just edited Ann's reply, so please reread. The PD and Mr. Fijol via taxpayer funds stole the contaminated soil, and the town selectman refused to tell me where the soil was dumped in town. It went missing back on 8/7/2018. That is completely a true statement, because I had actually emailed the selectman's husband and Banville's husband in the selectman's office about the dirt gone missing on 8/7/18, and I have the photos showing the contaminated dirt has gone missing from the Lois Fijol property. So that's why I say the town selectmen. So the town selectmen were not able to find out where the dirt went. So they inquired into it and did not have an answer, and they were told me that nobody was providing them an answer, as meaning other town employees nor the police department or Mr. Fijol explaining where the dirt went. Okay, well, the internet is forever, and willfully discrediting and or damaging the reputation of an individual or business is called defamation. The libel law is quite clear. See you around. I have no idea who Rob Van Pelt is, but obviously he doesn't know. Oh, he lives in Apache Junction, Arizona. Great. Married to Rebecca Van Pelt. I have no idea who that is. Okay. Anyhow, no idea. So obviously there's no slander and liable because I have all the evidence already. And those videos are town videos, so I don't know what he's talking about. Okay, me to Ann Banville. Okay. Now this is the current piece that they're planning on doing. It is privately owned, but a totally unrelated corporation, and it's for sale by a CPA firm out of Foxborough, Mass. They are the receivership company selling it to recoup their money back from the initial corporation that went out of business back in 2015 or so. They were the accounting firm for the previous bankrupt company, which was Bridgestone Realty, 124 Washington Street, Suite 101, Foxborough, Mass. 02035. The property has been listed for sale in real estate listings for about 2 years now, so BHT, the Florida applicant, is the proposed buyer and is Copart's USA-wide vendor for property management. And then I gave the address of the CPA firm, which is actually the same address of the bankrupted company. and the website address, it's Verdolino and Lowy PC, which is public accountants or something like that. Professional corporation is the seller who hired the real estate agency. Alan Garaby says, interesting. Now, she replied back November 24 at 4:51 p.m. Ann Binville, Rob Van Pelt, could you please tell me how much Warren gets out of the mass budget? Let's see. Rob Van Pelt, Ann Binville, line item, who cares? Okay, so they're talking about that. Okay, Ann Banville again. First, you are calling people names, and now you are insulting. I'm beginning to think you either work for BHT or Copart. So, yeah, so you can tell there's a little bit of mudslinging back and forth, but there's no nastiness, there's no threats, there's no nothing. So people are just sharing their personal opinions on a public, private Facebook page, not run by the town. Let's see, so you're wrong on all accounts. And Vanville, does BHT or Copart have holdings in Arizona? That's a good question. And then Maureen Sullivan Reardon, made the comment. Okay, so she's the one that, is there an admin on here, please? And, Rob Van Pelt likes it, that figures. And obviously she made a comment, and then right here, as you can see that I'm highlighting, it says, an admin turned off commenting for this post. So it turns out, because of the conversation has roughly, 251 or 261 comments, the admin or the Facebook page owner decided that enough was enough and to shut this off. So if you want, I can go back to here. I don't know if I can do this. I will try. This is the first link in the YouTube video that I posted. I'm just going to do it this way. And you can see, I'll just show this quickly
here before you head out. So the reason why I'm here.
Now this is me at a planning board meeting discussing the Warren Police shooting range and the alleged violations in the Fijol gravel pit. This is all the way back on 9/18/2017. This video has been up here since September 22/17. So this
today is so I have a concern regarding the Lewis Fijol Brimfield Road property, and the concern.
Permits.
Okay.
The pistol ranges, rifle.
So I'm just going to fast forward this, but just showing that this video has been there since 2017.
Yeah, okay.
And then here's the ending.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you all.
So you can see that video there, nice and polite, no issue. I'm going to go to the second one, the John Fijol assault. There's no point in question what this is about. Now, this is a Warren Planning Board public meeting that I just told the chairman that I was attending, and there's a public agenda item. This is where the assault happened on me. It's labeled as a Warren police cover-up because that is true, because John Fijol did in fact falsify and lie in the police report, and he also lied in his statement to the police about what happened here. And this was the incident on 9/18/2017, which was the same as the video you just saw. That was the 2 p.m. version that you just saw. And then this is now the, I think I can tell you exactly here if I scroll to here. 4:46 p.m. outside Michael Burrill's car. And it's at the Lois Fijol gravel pit site, Brimfield Road, Warren, Mass. So John actually committed the crimes according to the police department. He committed the crimes of assault and battery, threatening to commit a crime of murder, which he did threaten to have me killed and dump my body in the trunk of my car. And then he also falsified his 911 call, not only the voice on calling 911 in what I was doing, but he also then provided a false statement to the police department, to police officers. And then this was obviously a public meeting because there is a public agenda. So there's my car.
You want to? Oh no, that's them. So do you want to go and talk to them?
I want to talk to them, but I don't want John there.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yep, and that's a resident who's fearful that John has been violent before on. So
We're
they,
recording it,
so as you can see, this is the public roadway, and then right past these trees is the actual entrance to the property. So they knew I was filming because I just skipped through that last video, but on that last video I told them, because this is a public meeting, that I'm going to be coming there to film. So I don't need anybody's permission to film on a public roadway, and nor do I need permission. I already had permission from the chairman of the 2 p.m. meeting that I was going to come here and film, and we were going to be allowed to go inside for this gravel pit inspection. But Mr. Chairman said, if Mr. Fijol, who is the family representative, doesn't want us on the property, that's fine. We would have just stood over here. We don't have to go in there, but we wanted to go in the inspection. So they would have to ask his permission to bring us in there. So I won't probably play this whole thing, but right here, that is Carrie Fijol right there. That's John's wife. That's a planning board member right there. That's a planning board member right there. That's a planning board secretary right there. And then that's the planning board chairman talking to Mr. John Fijol. And what's happening at this point in time, why I'm videoing, is because the chairman is explaining to John Fijol, who's the family member, that we have evidence in pictures of contamination inside his property. So Mr. Fijol and the family does not know that we've had this evidence, and does not know that the evidence was submitted to the town. So that's why John then loses his temper.
Something PM, so.
And then what happens is nobody's paying attention to me filming right now. And I have the right to film because I'm standing on the public street.
Quick meeting, so.
And then right here, Carrie, the wife, is actually pointing to them right now that I'm filming.
I was talking to John.
No, maybe she didn't say that. Okay. Now watch right here. When they discover I'm filming, then the chairman gets upset and then tries to grab John, knowing that John's going to be violent and fly off the handle. So, okay, so maybe, all right, so they don't notice I'm recording right now, I think, until I move to the side. And then you can see by the hands, so Mr. John Fijol's listening right now to what they're saying. And then when I move to this angle, that's when he sees me filming. Now listen to this. The chairman is mad at me because I'm filming him having a private conversation with Mr. Fijol, which, remember, this is a public meeting. And as soon as they got on site, they said, oh, okay, we're here for the meeting. So I'm filming a public meeting that they gave me permission to film, but he doesn't know that I'm capturing them just having a private discussion without the other planning board members there, because the purpose of a planning board inspection meeting is for the entire planning board to be engaged in. And right now, the planning board is not engaged. There's a private conversation going on over here while these people are kept out of the loop, which was found in an open meeting law violation, that them being separated does not constitute a legal public assembly, because they shouldn't be doing this. You're not supposed to take private people aside, and not everybody's supposed to be chimed in the same circle. So I'll just let this play quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure you can record.
And then, right, so right here, that's Mr. Fijol, that's the chairman, who already, I skipped through it, but he knows I'm going to come here and film because I told him I'm going to film on my cell phone. Now, right now, I'm not in the driveway, I'm on the public street, so.
Yeah.
Okay, now you can see Mr. Ramsey, the planning board chairman, try and grab John, and now here comes the wife going, oh no, he's gonna, because now he's starting to charge at me. There's no doubt that that's assault, putting myself in fear. And battery, assault and battery. Battering is the unlawful touching of one another. So unless he swings at me or touches me, then it's battery. But as of right now, it's assault. And the planning board members have done nothing to stop John Fijol from attacking me. So I'm just going to move this right on. So he's upset. I'm not going to film him. And then he says, "You understand me?" So he's now talking in a threatening manner. And I'm just like, hey, I'm standing on the street because I'm still on the street right here. And you can see. So I'll just let this play and I'll stop commenting.
You do not record a fucking thing on this property. This is my fucking property.
I understand.
You cannot legally record audio.
Now, there's the wife right there, Carrie.
You just I will smash that motherfucker right in front of you.
Sir, calm down.
I will bash that motherfucking thing right into your head.
I will stand right
You
here.
will not record.
I understand that. I understand.
Allie.
I get a
Now, right here, look at this. Now she has to hold him back from hitting me, from assaulting me, physically doing the battery. So she has to physically hold him back. So tell me I'm not fearful at this point in time. And then I'm going to just rewind it back here because he then says he's going to kill me if he finds this on the internet. And I think that's right here.
I get a recording. I find a recording. I'm going to beat you.
No.
You understand that?
I find a recording. I'm going to...
I don't give a shit.
I'm going to stand right here. This is a public road.
It is a public road, but it's never okay
Yes.
to record audio.
Now she says it's never good to record audio, but she doesn't know that this is a public agenda item. And I was actually, because they don't know, Mr. and Mrs. Fijol don't know that the planning board allowed me to come there, so they don't know that part.
Right, okay.
Now watch this.
Sorry about that.
Tell
I
her
didn't.
get in the truck. Tell Allison. Get
Oh,
in the truck.
now this is John Fijol number 2. Then he comes after me again.
All right, I will. All right.
Whenever you get, I'm telling you.
All right, hold on.
Now right around here is where he says, "I will fucking kill you." He says, "I will cut you up into pieces, put your body in the trunk and dump it in the ocean." I don't know if it's right at the end or just after I cut off the video.
I'm gonna.
And then she's trying to say, "Get back in the truck." So she's forcefully shoving him backwards.
Get it, do you? Get the fuck.
See? Oh, you don't go. Oh, here's the
Hold
ending.
on. I'm
You
gonna.
don't get it, do you? Get the fuck.
Okay, so all right, so I'll explain what happened. So I shut the cell phone off because he was charging me again, and then I had to throw it through my car window to the woman sitting in my passenger seat, and she had to sit on the phone because John Fijol, when he started charging me around the front of the car, which is just prior to me stopping the video, I throw it in through the window, and he's chasing me with his fists out, chasing me around the car. And that's when Carrie Fijol has to jump on him, and she's practically ripping his shirt, trying to hold him back from physically, physically battering me. And then at the same time, so yeah, I won't go into it, but that's the gist of it. And then that's when he then says at the very end, which you can hear, that he says, "I'm going to fucking bash your face in." So, because I was still recording. So I wish I would have kept recording and got more, but unfortunately I didn't have a second camera at the time for this particular thing because I didn't know this was going to happen. Okay, and then this next meeting, this is the Board of Health meeting. I got to scroll to 10340. I'm just going to jump this ahead just so we can zip forward here. Oh, it's already have 10340.
Agreed, but that's due process.
Okay, all right.
So the reason why I'm here is Robert and.
Okay, so right now that's me. This is a Warren Board of Health meeting, which I then turn over photos of the the photos came after this meeting, but this was just a complaint to the Board of Health meeting. So as you can see, 9/21/2017, Warren Police Department unlawful shooting range, and that's what the discussion is. And they agree that there is no permit or no town permission to have a shooting range to be doing anything with firearms or guns, lead or bullets contaminating the soil, nor junk cars stored there. And they didn't even know the junk cars were stored there. So I won't go into that meeting because I want to just get this video over with here for you. Okay, and then on 12/5/17, December 5, 2017, I then inform the West Warren Water District meeting, which I won't get into this. Okay, so here I am on December 5, 2017. There's me. And this is a Warren public meeting of the West Warren Water District, where I basically explain the contamination and all the John Fijol, Lois Fijol stuff, including the assaults that you just witnessed on the video, all to this board. I just zip through that. I'm not going to go into that. And then, okay, then there's the other contamination moment, so I won't bother with that. So, and as I said, this is one of the pictures that the Warren Board of Health sent me of soil contamination of, I don't know what it is, but it's car fluids. There was apparently this is, I think, where one of the cars were, the vehicles that were in there. So, yeah, so that's public, all public record. So at this point, I'm going to end the video. I've basically talked about this thread just in case it gets erased. I've explained to the public about the contamination and about the actual John Fijol assault, which is true and correct. I won't get into the police report and all that fancy stuff. That'll be a video for another day. So again, please like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Hit the like button. That's the thumbs up. And then on the bottom right, there's a red button that says subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. And to the right of that is a little bell notification. Make sure you put the bell notification on. Anytime there's a new video uploaded, it will notify you that there's a new video that's been posted. And again, this is all public information, public records from the town of Warren, public meeting videos, and everything like that. So again, thanks for watching, and we'll stop this video, and that is it. And again, thanks for being here.